I'm telling you well.
Hey, look here.
You don't come home from nights out.
I say I've been hustling in and out the door for every dollar, no.
What's good with it, family? This is your boy LA the Great, man, and welcome to another episode of Hot Top, man. I know it's been a minute since I popped back on, man. I just been having, we going through life, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just trying to get better at what I do and perfect it for you guys, so I know that I can come with you with some great quality and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like to be entertained, and I want to make sure that I entertain you. So just to get up in this too, and just to let you know, I know, go to my page too, Hot Top, you know what I'm saying? Go there, look at my shorts, look at my videos and stuff that's on there too, man. I also do Suno music as well. I know a lot of people ain't like really interested into that and stuff though, but I want to put something out there for, other people to hear something new too as well. I did put my work into it, you know what I'm saying? Everything is written by me or freestyled by me. So go ahead, go there, like, comment, and subscribe to the music and stuff, man. And I also want to put here too as well, I'm going to probably put at the end of the video about the merch that I do want to be dropping out too, and show me how you like that too as well. I want to get upon that. I want to get my people knowing that I'm here, and I'm going to always try to stay here with you guys, and come welcome and join yourself to the family. But today here, man, we are here at we are looking at the Cleveland Forgotten amusement parks and everything. I did not know back in the day, my city, you know what I'm saying, I did not know that all this was here, man. I did hear about Luna Park once upon a time. I knew about that, but I did not know anything about us having a big, probably about 3-4 mile amusement park, not even probably about 15-20 minutes away from me, and that's a lot of things that some people just don't know. But it was a lot of things back then too that we was not a part of, and you already know our skin color was not a part of a lot of things I was in here. And I didn't even know deep down that Cleveland was really like this. All up in my mind, I thought it was like smooth, because my people grew up here. I mean, they're originally from Alabama, but they came over here, try to make a better life for us and everything like that. But, people have to do what they got to do back then. It was hard times back then and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And knowing how my city that I grew up in, it's a lot of things that I really have not really gotten interested into because, I'm just living my life. We take it day by day, not even realizing and thinking about, dang, this was here once upon a time. And I drive past this place every time, so let's go ahead and get into it, man. Please like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let's get them likes up, let's get them views up, man. You ain't even got a comment, just come holla at me, man. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up, big dog, something, man. Just come holla at me, man. People going through life, man. I hope God is with you and God is blessing you in every way, in every step that you take, man. Go ahead, listen to my music, man. It's called God Bless. God bless us and everything. It's up on there. I have it on Suno, and I also had it on my YouTube channel too as well, man. Go ahead and listen to some of the music that I got. I do have more coming for you guys. I do have more to upload for you guys. I also am trying to get some merch out there too, so tell me what you like about the merch. They are very fire, man. They are very fire. So let's go ahead and get up into this video, man. Let's go.
1990, a farmer named Dudley Sherman Humphrey II lost everything he owned. The family farm in Wakeman, Ohio, Huron County, about 60 miles west of Cleveland, was sold off to satisfy creditors. Dudley was 38 years old. He had a wife, 3 children, 2 brothers, and a sister.
They all look black.
They packed what they could carry and moved to Glenville, a suburb on Cleveland's east side.
Black.
And for the next few years, they scrambled. They tried different businesses. Nothing stuck. Then, in 1891, Dudley invented something small and peculiar, a popcorn popper that seasoned the corn as it popped. He patented it. By June of 1893, the Humphrey family had popcorn stands scattered across downtown Cleveland, including one on Public Square. If you were walking through the center of the city in the mid-1890s, you probably passed a Humphrey popcorn stand without a second thought.
From what it is now.
A family of former farmers selling 10-cent bags of seasoned popcorn. It was the smallest kind of enterprise. 5 miles east of downtown on the southern shore of Lake Erie, something much grander was failing. On October 23, 1894, a group of 5 Cleveland investors, John Flynn, John Irwin, Albert Thompson, Jerome Burroughs, and Hylas Gladwin.
All right, so little do y'all not know, that picture a little bit before, let's go back a little bit.
On October 23, 1894, a group of 5 Cleveland investors, John Flynn.
This used to be our mall back then. Right now, it's at the Tower City. That's what we call it now. But this is down in our downtown area too. Now they done kind of like turned it into like a little hotel or whatever the case may be. Comment down below if you ever been here, man. Even if you ever been to Ohio, man. It's a lot that has changed after a couple of years, and I feel like if that would have been here now, it would probably been a whole big different story from how our city is.
John Irwin, Albert Thompson, Jerome Burroughs, and Hylas Gladwin incorporated the Euclid Beach Park Company.
Okay.
Their idea was straightforward: build a Coney Island on Lake Erie. They fenced in 90 acres of lakefront property near the Collinwood-Euclid Township border, about 8 miles from Public Square, and erected 5 structures: a pier,
That was never there. And just looking at how amazing that looked, if that was there right now, our beach probably would have been better than Sandusky, Cedar Point, all that. But the way things went.
German village, a theater, a dance pavilion, and a bathhouse. When the gates opened on June 22, 1895, they charged admission and offered what most pleasure grounds of the era offered: vaudeville acts, a beer garden, games of chance, a few primitive mechanical rides, and sideshows. There was a 1,700-foot beach for swimming. It should have worked. Cleveland was booming, the 6th largest city in America, full of steel and oil and new money. The beer garden attracted drunks. The gambling attracted trouble. Families stayed away. William R. Ryan, the original manager, left to start a rival park down the shore, Manhattan Beach, which itself quickly failed. Lee Holtzman took over in 1897 and couldn't stop the bleeding. By 1900, the investors faced a bleak calculation. If they sold the land for residential development, they'd lose more than half their original investment. So they did what desperate owners do. They looked for someone willing to take on the lease. The popcorn seller raised his hand. In 1901, Dudley Humphrey and 6 members of his family signed a 5-year lease to operate Euclid Beach Park at $12,000 a year. They had run a concession stand at the park for a season or 2 in the late 1890s and had been appalled by the atmosphere, the drunkenness, the freak shows, the gambling. Dudley was a man of strict Protestant conviction, the son of a Connecticut family that had moved west and brought their New England rectitude with them. He looked at the same 90 acres of lakefront property that had bankrupted its investor.
Now, if y'all ever been going up towards Lakeshore, whatever the case may be, and you seen this sign, it never said Euclid Beach at first. It said Euclid. And it's so crazy that a couple things in this video that you guys are going to see that y'all probably done already been synced already. But comment down below if you ever had a family member that was here and told you about the story of this park and about Luna Park, because I know about Luna Park. Luna Park was down on like 93rd, Woodland and stuff. They done turned that whole thing into a project. And apparently that park used to be way better than the Euclid Beach one that we're watching right now. So I got a little bit of knowledge on what's been going on here, but knowing that we had a lot of tragedy, a lot of tragedies that's done went here and going on and everything in our city and stuff, man, which led us to where we at now till today, you know. And now we're just trying to, for the future, trying to pick it back up where we left off. And I feel like at this point where all this was going on, we done left off a lot. It was so much, bro. Just pay attention, guys.
and saw something different from what they had seen. He saw that the problem wasn't the location. The problem was the clientele, and the clientele was a product of the product. So he changed the product completely. The first thing to go was the beer. The beer garden was demolished, the bar was shuttered. Not only would alcohol not be sold at Euclid Beach, anyone who showed up having consumed alcohol at the saloon across the street would be turned away at the gate. Then the gate fee itself was eliminated.
You
could
know who else
walk
was
in for
turned away
nothing.
from the gate?
Then the gambling went, and the freak shows, and the side shows. Dudley Humphrey posted signs throughout the grounds. The park would present nothing that would demoralize or depress.
Do you guys see
and
what I
visitors
see?
would never be exposed to undesirable people. He enforced a dress code. Men wore jackets, women wore dresses. Only
Now, how are you
children were
supposed to have
permitted
some
to wear
fun in
shorts. The new slogan was 6 words long, and it doubled as a business plan. One fare, free gate, no beer.
You hear that? One fare.
The one fare
free
part
gate,
was critical.
No beer.
Humphrey negotiated an agreement with the Cleveland Streetcar Company to offer single fare service all the way out to the park. For the price of a trolley ride, a working-class family could reach 90 acres of lakefront and walk in for free. You only paid for what you chose to ride, eat, or do.
You hear
It
that,
was,
right?
in essence, the inversion of every amusement park business model of the era. No cover charge, no captive audience drinking overpriced beer. Instead, you made your money by creating a place so pleasant, so safe, so reliably decent that families came back every weekend all summer long. And then those families bought ride tickets and popcorn and taffy and custard and bathing suit rentals and pictures and souvenirs. The volume made up for the margin. It worked from the very first season.
Man.
By the summer of 1901, Euclid Beach had transformed from a seedy honky-tonk into a respectable family destination. The Humphreys expanded the bathing facilities, added a lakeside swing, improved the beach. They brought in a log cabin, originally the forestry building from the 1901
Where was
Pan
that at?
American
They
Exposition
tore
in
that
Buffalo,
down.
to serve as a picnic headquarters. Because company picnics, it turned out, were the engine that really drove the whole operation. Hundreds of local companies and civic organizations booked their annual summer outings at Euclid Beach. Republic Steel, Standard Oil of Ohio, the Elks. The Democratic Party held its annual steer roast there. Church groups came, union locals came. It was neutral ground, a place where Cleveland gathered across lines of class and ethnicity.
This was like
at least.
Cedar Point 15 minutes away. On an old school level, though. Like the oldest. And if I'm not mistaken, Cedar Point during that time was still up and everything too as well. So they're basically like in competition with each other. So, but having this literally in our town and it's not there no more, I don't think a lot of people really know about this. If you do, comment down below and let me know.
To a point. By 1906, the 5-year lease had expired, and the Humphrey family took full ownership. Dudley and his brothers Harlow and David now controlled the property outright. They began building. In 1905, they installed their first carousel, a 3-abreast machine manufactured by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company, PTC number 9. 5 years later, they replaced it with something far grander, PTC number 19, a 4-row carousel with 58 hand-carved horses and 2 ornate chariots decorated with leaf carvings, a Greek god, and 2 cherubs. The outside row of horses were nearly life-size. It was the kind of machine that made children believe in magic and made their parents linger to watch. That carousel would outlast everything else in the park by decades, but nobody knew that yet. In 1907, the Humphreys diversified beyond the park, opening
Sound
the
crazy,
Elysium, an indoor
1907.
ice skating rink at East 107th Street and Euclid Avenue. In 1909, they
Do y'all
debuted a
see
new
that?
roller coaster called the
Man!
New Velvet Coaster,
If that was
later
here now,
renamed the Aero
crazy.
Dips, designed by the legendary ride engineer John A. Miller. The park was growing, but it was about to stage an event that would put Euclid Beach in newspapers across the country. On the morning of August 31st, 1910, 18,000 people crowded the Euclid Beach Pier and the surrounding shoreline. Across Cleveland, workers left their offices and factories and headed for any vantage point along the lake. Glenn Curtis, the most famous aviator in America, a former motorcycle racer from upstate New York who had already flown the length of the Hudson River, was about to attempt the longest overwater flight in history. His biplane, the Hudson Flyer, powered by a 60-horsepower engine, sat on the Euclid Beach sand. Curtis paced the pier for hours, watching the wind.
Across.
When he finally climbed into the cockpit, two fellow aviators, James Bud Mars and Eugene Ely, stood at his side. Then the engine caught, and the spindly machine clattered down the beach and lifted off over Lake Erie. Curtis flew 60 miles west along the shoreline, parallel to the coast, and landed at Cedar Point near Sandusky 1 hour and 18 minutes later. It was a world record for distance flown over water. Crowds of 300,000 lined the shore between Cleveland and Sandusky to watch the tiny machine pass overhead. The next day, Curtis flew back. The Popcorn Sellers Park had hosted the frontier of human flight. The following year, another aviation pioneer, Harry Atwood, landed at Euclid Beach during a record-breaking 12-day flight from St. Louis to New York. 20,000 people cheered him in. Cleveland was becoming an aviation city. Glenn L. Martin would open a bomber factory on St. Clair Avenue in 1918, and part of that story began on the sand at Euclid Beach. But the rides were what brought people back. In 1913, the park debuted the Great American Racing Derby, manufactured by the Pryor and Church Company of Venice, California. It was a high-speed carousel with 64 hand-carved horses in full gallop, designed to simulate a horse race. The horses didn't just go around. They surged forward and fell back, jockeying for position. And the single continuous track formed a Mobius loop, so you boarded on one side of the station and returned on the other. There was nothing else like it. The Racing Derby was featured in a Plain Dealer advertisement on May 30th, 1913, and it would run for more than 50 years. Through the late 1910s and into the 1920s, Euclid Beach ascended. Despite the recession of 1920 and 1921, the park saw no decline in ticket sales. Attendance in 1920 reached 22 million ride tickets sold, an extraordinary number for a single urban amusement park. And because Euclid Beach had never served alcohol, it sailed through Prohibition without a tremor. The 18th Amendment, which destroyed so many entertainment businesses, didn't cost the Humphreys a dime. Their chief rival was not so fortunate. Luna Park on Cleveland's east side at Woodhill Road and Woodland Avenue had opened in 1905 as part of Fred Ingersoll's national chain of amusement parks. It was everything Euclid Beach was not. Flashy, adult-oriented, dripping with electric light.
And it's just so crazy just looking at this and knowing that if you would have ever drove by the area of where that at, you would never in your life imagine that Luna Park was right there. Like, it don't even look like it was. It don't even look like it was enough room. That's what it looked like. It don't even look like it was enough room over there. It looked like half that whole probably woodland was needed to be tore down for all the entertainment and the things that they had at this amusement park. We had two during this time, and guess which one lasted out longer? Mr. Humphreys. Mr. Humphreys then. Luna Park went down, but Luna Park was more and more better than Mr. Humphreys at that time. They weren't getting the sales and stuff. You know, the longer the first ones up, I felt like was the ones that they kept going to because it was an original. Humphrey was the original. Okay, OG, you was the original. But Luna Park was way better.
And Oriental architecture, featuring vaudeville and opera and a 20,000-seat stadium. Luna Park charged admission and sold beer by the barrel. When Prohibition hit, a key revenue stream vanished overnight. Attendance plummeted. By 1929, Luna Park closed. By 1931, it was razed. A public housing project eventually took its place.
Yep.
Euclid Beach, the teetotalers' park, had outlasted the party. In 1921, the Humphreys made a gesture that doubled as a monument. They tore down the old metal entrance gate and erected a new arch, a grand wooden structure with two octagonal towers designed to resemble the letter H. The sign across the top originally read Humphrey Park,
And I
because
never
Dudley
knew
had
that
briefly tried to rename
the
the
way
place
that the
after his...
building was, the way that that structure was made, I never knew that it represented Humphrey. So, if you didn't know, now you know.
family. But Clevelanders stubbornly kept calling it Euclid Beach, and eventually the sign was changed to match. That arch, the big wooden H, became the most recognizable landmark in the park, the first thing you saw when you arrived, and the last image that stayed with you when you left. It was built entirely of wood, which seems like an important detail now. 3 years later, in 1924, the Humphreys invested $90,000 in a new roller coaster that would become the park's signature. The Thriller was designed by Herbert Paul Schmeck and Howard Stoneback and built by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company, the same outfit that had made the Carousel. It was an out-and-back design. Up the lift hill, a screaming plunge, a race out to the far end of the track, a 180-degree turn, and then the whole thing in reverse coming back to the station. What made the Thriller exceptional wasn't its height or its speed. It was its smoothness. The Humphreys were meticulous about
So they
maintenance.
try to basically,
every
I feel
plank,
like,
every joint,
I feel like they took Humphrey build and put it in Cedar Point on that wooden ride. I've never been on there, and I'm not planning on it. I'm not planning on it just because I know it's just made out of wood, and I just don't freaking trust it. I'm not a roller coaster person, but I get on something. This won't be that. It just won't be that. But long story short, we're gonna shorten this video out because this is almost about a about a 40-minute video to be exact, and I don't want to keep you guys up. But just to let you know, man, down the road, Humphrey Park started opening up for the black community down at that time. And during that time, they were they really didn't want us being there. And just from seeing and from discovering what I've been seeing through this whole video, knowing that I already I done watched it already, guys. But I just wanted to, you know, get my thoughts and my mindset to you guys and seeing who know and who are from. If you're from Ohio and you're from specifically Cleveland, Ohio, comment down below and let me know, how do you feel about this? If you do want, go ahead and go to the video and look at it yourself and get a good history mindset on what's going on and what have been going on in our city and stuff. They know that the Great Depression and everything done happened when we had the fires and stuff like that. Finding out we had multiple oil fires and everything like that in our ocean. That's what polluted our water and everything like that. But now it's all cleared up and everything. But how I feel from this point, and also if you guys didn't know, if you didn't know, do you now, I don't know if y'all ever seen that little rocket car that always driving around the city every summer, every once in a blue moon or whatever the case may be. That was basically I can't say basically, but it was one of the roller coaster rides from Mr. Humphrey's Park. And there were it was a lot of racial profile going on too there as well. They were not letting some of the black community in at that time frame. They wanted the rules and stuff kind of like didn't change for our Caucasian brothers and sisters, but they changed for us soon as we start, you know, bringing ourselves into the community and stuff. That was around after, I say, probably the 1970s, at that, like around about the 1970s. It was around that time when we all started bringing our culture here to Cleveland, because there were little black communities in here from what I know of. And you know, we came here and just changed the culture around the world, you know, just like everywhere else. But again, I love my city, always will, and it's always some time to move. You know, I've been living in my city for a long, ever since I was born and raised here, and I've been out traveling, doing a lot of things and doing a lot of things when I get a chance to and stuff. And it's good to see different places and different aspect of where you already stayed, because you might get a different view, you might get different love from another different city and everything like that. But living here, it's just been like, it's been ups and downs, and that's what we all go through. But we all love our city, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of things in our city that nobody will understand, but from the people that actually live here and understand it. But like, comment, and subscribe down low. I'm sorry we couldn't get through the whole video, but if you want to, you can go ahead and get it and looking at it yourself. I just wanted to clear some little stuff up with you on that, so we can have a both mindset on what's going on in the world and what's going on in our city. But if you have some history and stuff that you want to talk about and see if we had the same thing back then during our time and what was yours, like, comment down low and let me know, and I'll be sure to try to comment back to whatever you got going on. But until then, check out the clothing that I have, the merch that they would say, the merch and stuff that I am trying to bring out, and I want to start bringing it out for the people and stuff, not just for me but for you guys, because I want to be connected to you guys much more, and I want to be entertaining for you guys a little bit much more too as well. And also check out my songs too that are going to be popping up on the YouTube shorts and in the videos. If I don't have my length of music, if they're over 3 minutes, they're going to be as a video. But if they're shorts, they're going to be on the shorts, and I'm still going to get them up out there. But please go there, listen to it. Tell me how you like it. Please like, comment, and subscribe on it too. Again, please. God bless you. And I'll be getting back to you again. LA out.
Yeah. I don't really be tripping, I just be all up in my head, thinking about a lot of things, feeling misled. But I'm still wishing, hopeful, focused on a vision, trying to make a way while the world keeps switching. They ain't listening, they just keep on talking. I just keep on moving while the road keep walking. Understand the vibe realer than they can admit. Feel like I ain't having, now I'm fighting for this. You gotta wake up. Fear in your heart got you chained up, acting like you know but you lost in the dark. You gotta wake up. Every day ain't promised, better play your part. You gotta wake up. The Lord got your back, even when you fall apart. You gotta wake up. Stop running from the truth inside your heart. Yeah, I keep reminding you, but you don't hear me though. Everybody love you, but you moving like you alone. I ain't trying to judge, I'm just speaking what I know. Trying to shine a little light where the darkness really grow. Wake up, shake up, understand the vibe. Yeah. Shape up, stand up, knowing you alive. Yeah. Put your faith in him, he gon' guide your road. Yeah. Even when the pressure feel too heavy for your soul. Yeah. They don't hear me, they just feel the sound, but I'm still speaking truth every time.